Walter celebrated his 101st birthday here in San Diego. Walter passed away in February of this year. And there were a number of celebrations recognizing his contributions worldwide and here. Dean and I were privileged to attend 2 of them. And I want to say that we are really honored to have Walter's wife, Mary, here with us right now. So welcome, Mary, and thank you. In descending chronological order, we have Deborah Zeke, another icon in San Diego. Deborah, of course, is the founder of Rancho La Puerta. She is a supporter of ocean discovery, and she's a passionate supporter of so many organizations and causes in pursuit of wellness and justice. Deborah is 97 years old, and thank you, Deborah, for everything you contribute to all of us. And of course, the youngster in the crowd is Jim Hubbell. Jim is merely 87 years old, and he's still active and inspiring us and creating major and important pieces of works of art. And Jim, you are a marvel, and it's just been a wonder collaborating with you. Thank you. Frankly, I feel like a kid next to this group. But I must say that at my age, it's really nice to still have role models. Thank you. So in January of this year, Dean and I were here at the Living Lab, and Jim Hubbell visited with Marianne and Pete. And somewhere along the way, I found myself talking to Jim along with Shara. In fact, we was under the giant oak tree out there, and Jim looked at Shara and me, and Jim said, John and Shara, could you tell me in one word, what you think conveys the essence of Ocean Discovery Institute? So I piped up with something like community. Shara said something like empowering. And those are fairly predictable and a little bit lame, but that's what we came up with on the spot. And we said to Jim, well, Jim, what's your word? And Jim said, currents. Currents. He took this to a whole different level. and that word to me instantly had an ethereal quality. It was tangible. And in the context of ocean discovery, I found it breathtaking, frankly. So, currents, Jim. Sorry about that. But in that moment, I believe the seed was planted for the project that brings us here today. And it was only a few days after that conversation that Jim came back to us with a sketch of a design for a gate here, a piece of work, a piece of art. And accompanying that sketch was a poem that Jim had penned. And this is how it read. There are currents that move the stars. There are currents that move the sea. They also sing their songs to me. Well, Jim's design for the gate was as beautiful as his poetry. And after some discussion, we at Ocean Discovery commissioned Jim to produce a unique work of art that we're calling Currents, and you've just seen it. Functionally, it's a gate, but in reality, it's a work of art that conveys deep, deep meaning. And you can read the inscription above the gate, and it's hard to see perhaps, but these are Jim Hubbell's words inscribed on it. We are moved by the many currents of our lives, the sea, the rivers, the universe. so many currents. And I keep thinking that as adults, we know what it means to be moved by life's currents, right? Don't we? But these currents can be pretty daunting to young people, and helping them to understand and navigate life's currents could be transformative for them. So, in this regard, Dina and I have a request of Ocean Discovery Institute. It's a request, sure, not a quid pro quo. Our hope is that the Currents Gate will become ingrained in the culture of Ocean Discovery Institute, that our students will learn about Jim Hubbell and his stature as an artist and his connection to nature. We hope that our students will learn about Walter Munk and his stature as an oceanographer and his transformative impact on the very science that our students are engaged with. And we hope that the message to our students and staff and community is that the Currents Gate demonstrates just how much we value them. If Jim Hubbell and Walter Munk can navigate life's currents and achieve so much, then our students must know that they have the prospect of doing it too. And we at Ocean Discovery Institute are here to help them. Dina's and my overriding hope is that Jim Hubbell's art and Walter Munk's legacy, as represented in the Currents Gate, will be a daily reminder of what's possible for all who enter through it. Thank you.
So well put. And I think when Jim